Well, Latin America is a preeminent producer and supplier of drugs to a lot of the world, but most definitely to North America, the United States.
People are killing in poor countries for the drugs.
President Trump says he's launching a war against Latin American drugs.
Over the last few minutes, literally shot out a boat, a drug-carrying boat, a lot of drugs in that boat.
He holds countries responsible for many of the problems in his country.
But how can he do that when the demand for drugs produced in Latin America is so high? In North America for sure, but also across the world.
Thanks very much. I know you don't want to be identified, so we won't do that, but thank you for coming and talking to us.
Can his so-called war on drugs, his battle against the drug cartels, can it actually work?
It feels like a non-stop party here in Medellin. The Colombian city's forever linked to drugs and to cartels, and arguably its most famous son, Pablo Escobar. They call him El Patron here. He was the godfather of modern drug trafficking, and his image is everywhere. Tourists come here from around the world to visit these neighborhoods, the same ones where gangs oversaw his international drug trafficking network.
Just a few years ago, barriers like this would have been impossible for anyone to come into. I've been into many of them in Latin America, which are just really, really dangerous. But it's still dangerous. But look, you've got guided tours taking place. There's still drugs here. We have no doubt about it. There's still a dark underbelly here.
The once all-powerful Medellin cartel, like Escobar himself, is gone now. But Colombia, in many ways, remains a narco state. It's where drugs are produced and trafficked to the world. Society here is awash with drugs, and they're easy to find. A few blocks from the gaudy bars and clubs we were in, the real business is underway. It's a vast market for any narcotic you could want. These dealers are selling cocaine, heroin, ecstasy, marijuana, and whatever they don't have, they'll find for you. The whistles you're hearing come from lookouts. 2 blows on the whistle means it's all clear. 1 blow is a warning to the dealers that the police are in the neighborhood. This is a traffic jam of people buying. The deals are in the open, but they're quick. It might be busier at night, but this Medellin drug business is 24/7.
Thanks very much. I know you don't want to be identified, so we won't do that, but thank you for coming and talking to us.
He's a recovering drug addict, but he was a senior member of one of Medellin's biggest cartels.
President Trump has launched what seems to be a personal battle against the countries of Latin America, South America obviously, that are not stopping the production of drugs. Do you think this war will ever be successful?
No, nunca. Nunca. Eso es una guerra de 1000 batallas. No, eso no lo ganan jamás. Empezando porque si cogen a ya que iba detrás ya la cogió y así sucesivamente, entonces eso no tiene fin.
So you don't see any end in sight of the drugs trade worldwide, whatever President Trump says?
Desde mi punto de vista, no, eso no va a parar.
In his war on drugs, President Trump has heavily criticized Colombia and its cocaine-producing plantations.
Cocaine is one of the most used illegal drugs in America. I wanted to meet the farmers who grow the coca. Are they the masterminds of an international drugs network, or simply farmers? This took me to the Amazon rainforest. Perhaps unsurprisingly, the plantations are hidden away in remote locations, miles away from people, and of course, they're secret. We travelled for hours on the Amazon River through pouring rain, passing indigenous communities who have nothing to do with the businesses hiding in their forest.
Now, Donald Trump is taking his war against drugs to Latin America. Says the countries have to do more to stop the production and distribution of drugs like cocaine. The military is attacking ships that they say, or boats that they say were carrying drugs in the Caribbean off Venezuela. He's ratcheting up the pressure on these countries.
Colombia is Venezuela's neighbour, which is why the president considers them equally guilty of causing deaths in the United States. The river narrows as we get closer to our destination. This is what we've come to see, an 8-hectare coca plantation hacked into the rainforest bordering Peru and Colombia. It's visible from the air, but hidden by trees and the river itself. So this is the newest part of the plantation, and this is the latest, or the newest, youngest trees to grow. As we get towards the proper part, they get much higher. It's not illegal to grow the coca plant here. It only becomes illegal when it's used for cocaine production. This crop is 2.5 years old and they're about to start harvesting it. But it's incredible just how many leaves they need. The farmer here says that for every 70 grams of cocaine, the cartels need 30 kilos of leaves.
They're paying 1,000 pesos for a kilo of leaves.
Wow.
It's nothing.
That's nothing. That's a lot of picking. And he'll earn just $7 for that 30 kilos. And does the crop make money already?
¿La plantación está produciéndote dinero ahorita o no?
No, apenas voy a empezar a producir, a producción.
No, I'm just starting with the plantation, and this is the moment that it's starting to produce, but he hasn't sold.
Is this crop very valuable? I understand you've got about 8 hectares here, right?
Sí, señor. Para mí, sí, es una mata valiosa. Pues la manera de nosotros producir más ligero.
To feed the family and all the rest of it. Do you worry about getting caught?
Sí, claro.
Can I ask you a question? It's a moral question. You're farming leaves here, but it becomes cocaine and then it goes all over the world. Do you have any moral worries about producing something that causes problems around the world?
No, somos conscientes de que el procesamiento ilícito es algo que no es bueno para nadie. No, exactamente, no es algo que decir que, uy, que estoy haciendo esto y que le está haciendo bien a la gente. No, esto es un desperjuicio para toda la comunidad, ¿sí mira? Para todo el personaje. Pero todos tenemos un sacrificio y luchamos por salir adelante.
It's hard to believe that this billion-dollar business of manufacturing and shipping cocaine around the world all starts with these really fairly innocuous-looking coca leaves. It grows here in Colombia, but it also grows in Bolivia and Peru, but that's it. That's why so much comes from here. President Trump is taking the war against drug manufacturers, cartels and governments who don't do more to stop the sale of cocaine, but also a whole host of other drugs, synthetic drugs as well. The question is it possible that he can succeed when demand across the world remains so high for all these different drugs? As we began our journey out of the plantation, it really struck me that while the cocaine business is hugely lucrative, at the very bottom, these farmers hardly get paid a thing.
Hook this beat straight to your vein, let it.
What's incredible about Colombia is that it's cocaine production has increased from 2017 to now by 100% in that time. And that is for the worldwide distribution of cocaine. What's also interesting is that actually the number of users has gone up a lot as well. But it's actually jumped by about 30%. So it means there's this huge amount of cocaine that's still being produced, which means it's going worldwide and the price is coming down. Many here doubt Donald Trump's motives.
We here in Latin America, we think that actually that Trump policies are wrong because yes, we are producers of cocaine, but actually the United States is the most consumer of cocaine. So that's something really, that's a really big problem. It's something about politics and something about really have a good policy of drugs. Mm-hmm. And I think that war should be have a cooperation about that.
Yeah.
United States has the money and Colombia has made a lot of efforts about that.
Colombia is a producing country. Neighbouring Ecuador is used by the cartels to move their drugs. Ecuador doesn't produce drugs, it's a transit country, but it's still on Donald Trump's list of troublesome countries, although they're working with the Americans to change that. We joined the police on a series of early morning raids in the port city of Guayaquil. They're looking for drugs for sure, but the priority is the dealers. Any intelligence they can get from them could lead the Ecuadorians and their American partners further up the chain, to the bosses who oversee the smuggling network. There's a lot of pressure on countries like Ecuador from the United States to take the fight to the gangs. Do you listen to that and say, okay, we
listen about the United States are giving us money and guns, technology, that we are so happy about that.
And it's very important to you.
Yeah, it's very important for the war.
The gangs, do they have gang members in the United States? Do they have gang members in Mexico? How large is this?
Because the drug dealers is a very big. The leaders are in Mexico, Colombia, Ecuador, Venezuela. So the fight is so hard because they got her arms in every country.
And they are all linked, but loose, but they are linked.
Yes.
In all of those countries?
In all those countries.
But it's something of a Latin American tradition, this, to display the results of these raids. And it's pretty impressive for a morning's work. Bags of marijuana, kilo packets of cocaine cut for sale, alongside a kilo of pure cocaine paste. There's also money, weapons and ammunition. And behind it, also on display, the alleged gang members. Who they know up the chain of command, and the information they may have, is worth more than all the drugs in front of them. His call sign is Lynx, and he's a former Special Forces officer working with the drug squad now. Lynx is also an expert drone pilot. Are they both dealers? And he's looking for dealers.
Yes.
So that's the deal there.
Yes.
And he's running. So he's bought it.
And then he run. I think he's gonna hide the money.
Oh, he's the dealer?
Yes, he's the dealer. And he's the dealer too.
And is the idea you take out the small people and then it goes further up the chain, right?
Yes.
So you're trying to disrupt them?
We always grab the small guys and they tell us, okay, the drug, give me that guy. He's a bigger guy, and then we go.
Okay, so you want the supplier to the suppliers?
Yes.
Positivo. De igual forma, positivo para Romeo 1. De igual forma me confirma Efectivamente pertenece el sector a...
Pues para que va para acá, pues para la casa.
Encontré la casa. Ya, es la casa que allanamos alguna vez.
¿Dónde está el local de
Sí,
ropa? Ahí es.
es correcto.
Boss has been briefed on the area that he's identified they need to go in and get the drug dealers. Now they're wearing different uniforms. You can see they're special forces. They're coming to assist this particular unit as they move in, so there's sort of cover and protection for them. Boss is now coordinating with others on the ground to confirm exactly where they need to go.
Vamos, let's go. Vamos, jefe, ya lo encontré.
They're on their way to where they believe the dealer lives.
policía!
Acá, ven.
¡Abra la puerta, no la puerta! ¡Al suelo!
Amigo, hay niños, por favor, y mujeres, nada más. Amigo, no hay más nadie.
Vamos a cogerle el micro.
Y aquí no salió nadie.
The police say that this is the house where the drug dealer was staying, and they're looking for the drugs, but he escaped on a motorcycle. They could see him on the drone, but at the moment the family is scared, obviously. It's pretty terrifying when they come through the door, but so far they haven't found anything.
The next day they find the dealer and the drugs. We're out with them again, and these raids are non-stop. This is a dangerous neighborhood, and Lynx and his team are revved up.
All of the police have their weapons out for some time we've been here. This guy's been arrested, and now they're looking through rubbish to see if they can they've already found some drugs. But obviously this is where the stash is kept. As I say, this is, even as we arrived, it was quite clear the police were very, very tense about entering into this barrio.
Lynx thinks we're being watched, so he sends a drone up.
What did the drone show you?
There is many people over there in the climb, in the top of the hill, because they are like radars. So they're looking for us. What are we doing? And they have advantage because they are in the.
They're high up.
Yeah, they have up.
So what will you do now?
We're gonna check the evidence. I think that guy, actually, he's not the owner of that. He's just like a bodyguard. Yeah, look up. And we're gonna take to another point. I told you 3 points.
Yeah.
Where is a drug dealer, a big drug dealer, strong drug dealer.
Lynx has been told to raid the home of a dealer on the dusty outskirts of the city.
Two days ago, a special team come here and get into the house because they found about 7 kilograms or weed.
Oh, okay.
So that's we come here because the owner of the drug, we think that is that woman.
I see.
Yes, the woman.
Yeah, there's always an assumption that it's going to be a man, but it could easily be a woman, right?
And in this country, it doesn't matter. Maybe be a man, maybe be a woman. This country is a little crazy.
Police know there are drugs here. They have an informer with them. He's completely covered from head to toe and he stays in the background. They question the suspected dealer, but she won't cooperate, saying she's a user, not a seller. The search goes on for about an hour. They find phones, hypodermic needles and a box of watches, but not much else. We didn't know at the time. The phone will prove significant. We've done 3 raids and now we're heading back to police headquarters.
She's talking about the drugs, and she took many pictures of weed of that.
Wow. And so you got her phone?
Yes.
And you got it? So we're going back?
Yes. You want to go?
Yeah. That's incredible.
Lynx has cloned the suspected dealer's phone and could see her WhatsApp messages in real time. She's telling her boss the police had come and not found anything and the drugs were still safe. So we're on our way back. The suspected dealer is still denying everything, so Lynx plays her the messages.
¿Ya entendiste? Ya, vamos, tú mismo me entregas la droga. Ven. Ya, aquí.
No tengo más, eso es lo que me estaba pidiendo.
She's asked where the drugs are over and over again, but she still won't cooperate.
What can you do if she won't help?
It doesn't matter because we already have many packets of drugs, so she's going to the jail.
Right.
The police identify a neighbour. They're convinced he knows where the drugs are, and after questioning, he's brought to the overgrown garden of the house.
Tenga. ¿Hay más o no? Ya, ponte a buscar. Saca todo eso, saca.
Bingo.
Ya.
Bingo.
Apareció. Ya.
Cocaine again?
Yes, cocaine.
Téngale uno para abrirle. Téngale las cosas.
Yeah, aquí.
Tenga aquí, bueno.
Hidden in a plastic tube.
You can feel that? It's cocaine.
Do you think people taking their drugs in London or New York or Los Angeles think about you guys on the street every single day?
I think no. No, because if they know they are in the countries more powerful, more smarter. If they really know, I think they're gonna think no, it's bad, because people are killing in poor countries for the drugs, for the drugs that we are consume. So that's the reason, and I appreciate that you made these videos to show the world what's happening here.
Yeah.
What's happening in the land where the drug dealer stays, lives, works, when the drug dealer killing people for the drugs. So when you do this kind of work, I appreciate that, because maybe the people will be think, oh, I don't have to do that because people is dying.
The pressure from President Trump on countries in Latin America to join his war on drugs will only increase. In Ecuador, they're trying. But as Lynx says, perhaps the real problem is nearer to home, with the consumer.